When my cat was still just a kitten, he would get into everything, just like any other curious young cat, and his curiosity often got him into danger. Then one day he discovered the laundry basket in the corner of the room. This was my cat's favorite place to explore. It had many nooks and crannies for him to hide in, and he could jump from the top of it onto our washing machine to get an even better view of his kingdom. He would look out at the world with his big green eyes half open, always ready to pounce on any unsuspecting prey that entered his territory. But what he liked most about the laundry basket was that it was the perfect place for a catnap. Big mistake! My cat thought it was a new toy and spent the entire afternoon batting around the stinky socks and underwear. The moment he saw the dryer, he thought it was a spaceship. He would spend hours sitting on the windowsill, watching birds fly by and squirrels scamper up and down trees. He told me once that he was a superhero who used his super hearing to listen in on criminals and save the day. He said he could hear their evil plans from miles away and always knew what they were up to. With a loud, deep voice, he announced to all the crew members on board that he was the captain of the ship. One of them said something about robbing the bank nearby. When I turned around to look at him, he quickly walked away, probably thinking I hadn't heard him. Maybe that's why he thinks he's a superhero. He doesn't like it when other animals get too close to our house. My cats immediately jumped in front of me to protect me. He arched his back and hissed at the dog, and somehow that scared the big guy off. If we rearrange the furniture or add something new to the house, he becomes very stressed out. He will spend days hiding in his favorite spots until he feels safe again. I couldn't believe my little kitty was so brave. He really is a true superhero. If he sees a squirrel on the ground or a bird on the fence, he'll chase it away without hesitation. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell to get updates on our videos. Take care and I'll see you next time. For example, he's afraid of thunder and lightning. Whenever there's a thunderstorm outside, he hides under the bed and won't come out until it's over. And I know he would do anything to protect me. I love my cat more than anything in the world. And I'm so glad he's a part of our family. He also gets scared when the vacuum cleaner is turned on. I guess all that noise and movement is too much for him. And he's not afraid to take on bigger opponents either. After all, superheroes need to be smart to come up with clever plans to defeat their enemies. But my cat was only a few steps behind me, and his ears perked up at the mention of the word rob. Then he took off running toward the bank, and he was going to take them on an adventure through space. But the cat kept on going and wouldn't stop. So I finally caught up with him and brought him back home. But I had to admit that I was a bit impressed with my little kitty. Maybe he really was a superhero with superhearing. He then jumped into the dryer and pretended to fly it. For example, I remember a time when we were having trouble with our toilet. We couldn't figure out why it kept running and overflowing. So we called a plumber to come fix it. He also let out laser beams from his eyes and made strange noises as if shooting missiles at his enemies. Then suddenly, while he was taking a break, my cat jumped up on the toilet and started drinking water from it. We were all amazed by this, but the plumber quickly recovered and said that the cat was smart enough to know how to fix the toilet. Of course we all laughed at that. But maybe he was right. Of course this made him quite smelly after a while. We weren't sure what he was trying to tell us, but we followed him into the basement to see if he could show us something. And guess what? There was a small crack in one of the pipes that had been causing the leak. The plumber was able to repair it quickly and easily, and we were grateful for our furry little helper. So I picked him up and went over to the sink to clean his paws with some water and soap. My cat loved to curl up in a ball and sleep while perched on the edge of the basket. One day, however, my husband decided to put his dirty clothes in the laundry basket before doing the laundry. Now cats hate getting wet. But it wasn't so bad since I cleaned him quickly and gave him lots of treats afterward. Still, the little guy took a quick shower that day, but when he shook himself dry, droplets of water flew everywhere. He then looked at me with these innocent eyes and started to meow insistently. He must have been scared by the noise because he ran away and never played in the dryer again. However, he continued to pretend to be an astronaut exploring the galaxy far beyond our world. He would look at me with those innocent eyes and stare intensely as if trying to tell me about his adventure. I couldn't help but laugh because he was acting like he was abused or something. Of course, I dried him off completely with a towel, but that didn't stop my silly kitty. He kept playing there for a good 30 minutes until I turned the dryer on by accident. My cat especially enjoyed looking out the window. That's where he came up with his stories. I never really believed him until one day we were out walking and I heard two men talking behind me. At first, I thought it was funny and just stood there laughing. After all, my cat was very intelligent and could solve problems that seemed impossible. The plumber tried everything he could think of, but nothing seemed to work. My cat took a good look at the pipes and then started meowing loudly. I don't know how he did it, but I swear my cat is smarter than the average human. And speaking of enemies, my cat is a fierce fighter. There was one time when we were outside and a huge dog started barking at us. Of course, my cat isn't perfect. Like any superhero, he has his weaknesses. Another thing my cat can't stand is change. Despite his weaknesses, my cat is a true hero in my eyes. He is brave, smart, and loyal. Thank you for watching my story about my superhero cat.